It's 11:26, so if you or someone that you love has an issue with gambling, our next guests are going to share some advice. And here with me now are Mike Bazzelli, Gambling Services Coordinator, Katrina Holt, Agency Clinician at Recovery Resources, and Jose Flores, Associate Director of Community Education and Prevention Services at the LCADA way. So we really appreciate you all being here today because this is a very serious topic. It's the holiday season. I feel like we're all out and about more. So I'll start with you, Jose, just to define gambling, first and foremost.
Well, to kind of sum it up real quick, gambling is basically just wagering something of value and on an event with an unknown outcome.
Okay.
I mean, you're just putting money or something down and in the hopes that you're going to get more money back or some other material goods that are going to benefit the gambler. So
what about disordered gambling? And then are there certain populations that are more prone to this type of thing? And any of you could chime in with these questions.
With disordered gambling, that's a term that they use to designate someone who has the disorder. It's a clinical term, and there's some clinical criteria that goes along with that. And really, anybody's at risk if they continue to gamble in a problematic way.
All right. And you would agree with that?
I would agree with that. And I think when it comes to at-risk populations, I think the main point is that anyone can develop a problem with gambling. There's no, race, religion, gender, socioeconomic status. Anyone can have a problem. But we do see some populations, youth, young adults, even the veteran population, can seem to be more at risk for developing a problem.
Is it maybe more addictive personalities? Would it be fair to say that in general?
Yes, absolutely. So if an individual has another addiction with drugs or alcohol, or maybe experiencing a mental health disorder, those individuals are certainly more at risk to also develop a problem with gambling.
As a family member, friend, what are things that we could look out for? Are there certain signs other than, I would think the obvious is funds being gone from the household?
Missing finances, hiding bills, maybe lying or hiding, where you're going, where you're coming from. If someone seems agitated or distressed, these are all things that might elicit, you wanting to have some conversation about it.
All right. So, Katrina, Jose, all of you, if you know your family member, your loved one, your friend is having trouble with this, what are some of the resources that can help?
So in Cleveland, actually in all of Ohio, anyone can come to treatment for no cost at all. Recovery Resources, we offer a vast array of treatment options, not only for gambling, but for mental health and addiction as well. And I know, Jose, you guys offer services as well?
At the LCADA way, we also provide, clinical therapy for addictions of all kinds, as well as gambling addiction. We also help mental health counselors available for our clients. We're not just in Lorain County, we're actually in Erie County as well, and Medina County. So the LCADA way is kind of spread out.
So what does this sort of look like? I'm trying to paint the image for you at home. If maybe you're struggling with this or know someone that is it similar to something like AA, or what would they expect?
So there are services available, GA, Gamblers Anonymous, that is similar to AA. There are a few differences, but very similar structure and things like that. In terms of the treatment side, it is something that would be similar to drug and alcohol treatment. Okay. There are some nuances that come with the differences between gambling and drug and alcohol treatment, but it follows the same kind of timeline.
That makes sense. And it's just good to know that there is help out there. There is help out there. So, Mike, the expansion of sports gambling. So that's made headlines over the summer, and we all remember that. So it's something that happens. I mean, so let's not disregard that. Yeah. How do you do it responsibly?
How do you do it responsibly? So, we always tell people to set limits. So it could be time limits, how much time you're gambling. You could set monetary limits, certainly not letting gambling get in the way or take place of other worthwhile activities, hobbies that you're interested in, not taking place of family and friends. What happened this summer was not the legalization of sports gambling, but the repeal of the federal ban of sports gambling. So Ohio does not have legalized sports gambling right now, but it's certainly something that Ohio is intently looking at, and we can definitely expect a decision within 2019.
How would you help a friend or family member who is really in trouble due to gambling too much? If that's a fair
I
one
think
to
the
ask.
big, Katrina touched on it, so it's worth saying again, is that all gambling related services are free of charge,
Yeah.
not only for the gambler, but for the loved one. At the LCADA Way of Lorain County, at Recovery Resources here in Cuyahoga County. We have a great statewide website called beforeyoubet.org, which gives resources, tips, warning signs, a whole lot of great information. The Ohio Problem Gambling Helpline is 1-800-589-9966. 24/7. And then we also have really good relationships with the regulatory bodies in the state. So the Casino Control Commission, the Ohio Lottery Commission, we work in partnership with them to make sure that of the individuals who choose to gamble, we have resources for them. So those organizations have a lot of great information as well.
Well, Mike, Katrina, Jose, thank you so much for all you're doing to help. This is really important, and you gave all the information, but again, just a reminder, it is beforeyoubet.org, and that phone number, one more time, is 1-800-589-9966, and there it is on your TV. Thank you all for being here today.
Thanks for having
you.
us.
All right. Coming up next on Live on Lakeside, Alexa Lee is going to tell you how you can win your gifts with Burn Boot Camp. And then Ashland University is here to tell you more about their one-year international MBA program. Stay tuned.
This segment of Live on Lakeside was sponsored by Ohio for Responsible Gambling.